Hey everyone, back with another video for howdigitalpaint.com. It's Cam, and it's been a while since I made a video. But recently been experimenting with more stylization, so I thought I'd make a video on that. And the subject in particular I'm doing is a wombat, so I'll be doing a series of illustrations of different Australian animals. And the basic process is just sketching pretty roughly, and I can keep cleaning it up. It's good to have a good collection of reference to inspire your ideas and be able to understand what it is you're actually drawing. And even if you're doing something from imagination, it still helps to have reference of real things that are out there to inspire your ideas and bring a sense of realism to it. So the good thing about digital is you can move things around, distort things, change the shape of things. The only downside is that when you do traditional, sometimes you might be a bit lazy if you're in the habit of doing everything digitally, and then be a bit annoyed when you can't just move an eye on your paper. You gotta redraw it. So on the last and final line layer, I guess you call it the inking layer, I've switched the pressure sensitivity on the stylus to give more range of line variation. And using a brush without the opacity jitter on, so that I get a really solid line. And then on a new layer beneath that, I'll go in and create a solid layer of color, and this will be able to be used as a selection layer also. So when I add more paint on top, I'll be able to keep everything within that selection. So putting down these local colors with the same brush I used for the inking to get much more of an opaque finish, and it's very much the same as cell shading when you're thinking about coloring for animation or getting that kind of anime style or comic style. So not really thinking about light and shade at this point, thinking more just about what the color of things are, and then I can add shadows and highlights on top of this. So on a new layer, I've set it to multiply with a dark blue and drop the opacity to 50%, and you can obviously adjust that to if you want like a darker piece, like a more graphic style. Placing the shadows, cutting them back a bit where I need to, just with the eraser, and then on a new layer throwing in the highlights. So this is set to overlay, and I've got some bright oranges, some whites, a bit of blue to pick up some ambient light, placing some red around the eyes in different areas just to give a bit of flash, and then new layer, a bit of bounce light of the green. Assume you're standing on grass, so you'll get bounce light from the grass come up green. Then just some highlights finally on a new layer. So after this stage, going on to a background. It's quite simple, but just makes the piece look a bit more presentable when you're showing it in your portfolio. Shows you care about the work, and it'll sell better to the clients because it won't just look like a sketch or something you just whipped up. It'll look like you've taken a bit more care with it. So I like kind of textured backgrounds. It's a nice contrast to the cleaner style of the drawing itself. Although I actually change this background quite a bit, as you'll see in the final piece as I present it. So dropping my signature in, playing around with it a bit. So finally you get the signature done. after a few attempts, and then drop it down. Good idea, put his signature just to identify your work. So yeah, you can see the final image, added a few touch-ups, basically just with some levels and a vignetted grass beneath him. A bit lighter so he pops out more. So yeah, you might want to try something like this yourself. It's a lot of fun doing different styles and explore different techniques. Thanks for watching.